So today, we ask one of the greatest, most elusive questions in all of Pokedom. And no, it's not why Generation 7 is trash or why Generation 9 is better than people say it is. And no, the question is, which one is better, regional forms or mega evolutions? Let's talk about it. What is up, YouTube? My name is Mario, aka the Loot Box Hero. Check out the second channel, because the second channel is popping, aka the real Super Mario, aka YouTube's greatest fat man here, bringing you another video. Alright, so I ran across some discourse on the old Twitter machine, and it was putting out a pretty interesting quote. And it said that regional forms are better than mega evolutions. And I was thinking to myself, I was like, this can go either way. This could be a pretty interesting conversation piece. So we're going to go ahead and answer this question. What do you think? Do you think regional forms are better or mega evolutions are better? Now, of course, we all know mega evolutions were introduced in Generation 6. They're basically the first, Pokemon gimmick, once Pokemon started to move to central gimmicks in their game. And basically, it's kind of like a Digivolution in Pokemon, so it's a hyper evolution that is temporary, but it gives you a crap ton of power and makes your Pokemon look really cool. And of course, regional evolutions are basically your Pokemon evolves differently due to the conditions of the environment or whatever region they're in compared to whatever region they were found in. Which one of these are better? So, gonna be kind of interesting. Of course, if you want to continue getting videos like this from me, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell button, do get something YouTube requires you to continue getting videos from me. Follow me at twitter.com/RSMario128. Like my video tweet, share my video tweet, and I might shout you out at this portion of the video, if I remember, So, personally, I think that Terra, if we're really comparing, I think Terras are better than both of these. Because for one, it's a little weird to compare regional evolutions to megas when one is a central gimmick and the other one is kind of like an ongoing thing, But if we're really doing the comparison, I think Terras are better because Terras, they actually give you some pretty interesting competitive viability. Alright, and any Pokemon can Terra, Even regional forms can Terra, but no regional forms have megas and there are no mega regional forms or what have you, so it's a whole different thing, Now, but if we're just doing regionals versus megas, I would have to say from a design perspective, I think mega evolutions probably beat them out. Megas usually look really metal, even though some of these megas that have been leaked so far, I don't know. I did a video about that not too long ago, But megas, from a design perspective, look really cool. All right, and the idea that you can kind of have this Pokemon, but you can still have your original Pokemon is also really good. Now, regional evolutions have a little bit of a leg up on megas because, for one, they are permanent because they're regular Pokemon. All right, so you can have this Pokemon forever. Alright, this Pokemon is not going to go away once they're not doing Generation 6 stuff anymore, like Megas will. You can take this Pokemon to any game you want in the future. It's yours, which is a huge leg up that it has over Mega Evolution. But the problem with regional is there are some regionals that just kind of suck, okay? Alright, because with Megas, when you get a Mega Evolution, most Megas are much better than their regular counterparts. Because now there are some megas that are just trash too. I did a whole ranking of Mega Evolutions that you can check out where I rank all the Mega Evolutions. And some of them are straight up dookie butter, booty butt cheeks garbage. You know what I'm saying? But there are some regional forms that are also dookie butter, booty butt cheeks garbage. All right, and I think it's worse for a regional because, I mean, it's kind of like a waste of a spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, because regional Pokemon are roster spots. That's a roster spot. That's a Pokédex spot. And if that Pokemon is still trash, even in its regional form, then what's the point? Like, what's the point of having this man? You know what I'm saying? So, let's see what other people have to say about this. At this point, anything is better than Megas.
Let's not lie.
Now, I'm going to be honest, this is kind of cap, alright? Because I don't think anything is better than Megas, alright? Because you got to remember, Z moves exist, alright? And Z moves will always be trash. Convergent forms are better, in my opinion. They do the same thing as regionals, but in a way that allows them to exist in the same Pokédex as their OG counterparts and allows them to make sense returning in future games not set in that region, but both of these are superior to Megas. Okay, so that was a lot in there. I kind of forgot about Convergent Evolutions, to be honest. He's kind of right about this, because Convergent Evolutions are kind of like regionals, but they do kind of allow, you know, them to be in the decks with the OG versions. So if you want to have both of them on your same team, you can do that, you know. Now, the problem with Convergent Evolutions is that they kind of lack the creativity of regionals. All right, because regionals are like the same Pokemon, but kind of like wildly different because of the effects of whatever the region they're in. Convergent Evolutions are supposed to be the same, but slightly different. Kind of like, you know, Diglett and Wiglet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think it's better than regionals, and I don't really think it's better than Megas either. I don't know about that one. Megas are not good at all. The only ones that help a Pokemon is for third stage Pokemon that are really bad. Strong Pokemon get stronger. Weak Pokemon needed a proper Evo first. Seriously, Mawile, Baynet, Sableye, etc. would have been better getting a regular Evo than a Mega. Bruh. Yeah, honestly, that was truth. Alright, they might be a Sprigatito fan, but they speaking truth though. Because some of the Megas kind of screwed over some of these Pokemon. Because, like, you can't have an evolution of Mawile now because it has a Mega. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Now, maybe they could break that rule and just let Mawile evolve, but it doesn't evolve. Maybe they could give Mawile a regional evolution. Now, that's something that they could do. Alright, say like, oh, in this region, you know, you've got like, you know what I'm saying, Gantonian Mawile for the Gaia region. You know what I'm saying? So, and that Mawile evolves into something else. So they could do something like that, but regular Mawile can never evolve because it has a Mega Evolution. So, yeah, maybe those Pokemon should just get their Megas as evolutions. But I don't think it will work right though. And that's exactly why we deserve both Colosian regional forms and new Megas. A lot of Pokemon keep getting forgotten and deserve new light. Megas are good, but only for final stages. Now this is true, alright, because like regional forms have kind of breathed life into new Pokemon. People actually use like Ninetales now because, what, Ninetales, doesn't he have like Snow Warning? Or whatever, the one that brings in the hail now? Like, you know what I'm saying? It does kind of breathe new life into old Pokemon. Megas kind of do the same thing because won't nobody think about Beedrill or Pinsir before Mega Evolutions came out. You know what I'm saying? So I think this is a good quote. I think we should have had both in Legends ZA. But tell me what you think. What do you think? Which one is better? Do you think Mega Evolutions are better? Or do you think regionals are better? Personally, if I had to compare the two, I would probably say regionals. I'm probably going to lean with regionals. Because, I mean, Megas did kind of screw over a lot of Pokemon. Regionals did too, But at least with a regional, like, you know, they can still get an evolution or maybe another regional or something. But those Pokemon that got megas that don't evolve, they just burnt. So tell me what you think in the comments down below. Of course, like, comment, subscribe as always. People, keep it real. Man, it's hot in here, bro.